Right, I'm going to talk about the second internal assessment, 3.2. This one is investigate the production and the marketing of a nationally significant primary product, as opposed to 3.1, which was a locally important primary product. This one is worth 4 credits. The previous one is worth 6. And this one is to do with a nationally significant primary product. So I'll just push down here. You can see you could choose from agricultural products of wool or velvet, beef, lamb, chicken, pork, venison, eggs, honey, maize, wheat, barley, white clover seed, milk, sawlogs, or horticultural products like apples, kiwi fruit, and I do have a resource for kiwi fruit if you choose to do that. I also have resources for tomatoes and potatoes. You can see the list there of horticultural products. So back to the first page, there are 2 parts of this assessment really. You have to use a range of information gathering techniques. That means you need at least 3 different techniques to collect relevant detailed information on aspects of production and an aspect of marketing. So you have to think about more than one aspect of production, and you have to think about one aspect of marketing. You also have to analyze the information that you collect and draw valid conclusions which link the production to the aspect of marketing. And you can see the difference to get merit by having a look through there, and to the excellence as well. So I'm just going to briefly touch on that for now. I'm not going to go through it in detail, the difference between achieved merit and excellence. But you'll see over here, your information gathering techniques must include at least 3 from the following. You could do surveys, you could do interviews with growers or processors, you may go on a field trip. You can do practical investigations or experiments or field trials yourself. You can have computer-based simulation models, or you could use texts or the internet, which is called secondary data. So you've got to have at least 3 of those. Relevant information has to be up to date, accurate, and fit the purpose of the investigation. Right, the aspect of marketing is you have to choose one from the following: seasonality, prices, market trends, the quantity available, product attributes, the promotion, the consumer preferences, the quality which relates to the attributes, and or any other considerations such as consistency, uniformity in presentation. Analyze means to examine and explain the component parts. So it's important that you choose your product, knowing that you have to collect the relevant information, and it's also important that you have got access to 3 different sources of information or data collecting methods. Right, so that is it for now. I will go to the assessment next. So this is the assessment. I've set up this one for tomatoes, but if you choose to do something different, wherever you see tomato, you would need to substitute in whatever product you have chosen. So the internal assessment, it's once again it's worth 4 credits. We're going to investigate the production and the marketing of a nationally significant primary product, and I've already indicated to you where you can get that list. There are 2 tasks. You have to get 3 different information gathering techniques, and I've listed those things there. where you could get that information from. And aspects of production, you've got to choose any 2 management practices of your choice used in the production process, from site selection, or it could be from breed selection if you're choosing to do an animal product, and any aspect of marketing. So you've got to have 2 management practices and 1 aspect of marketing. Once you've done that, you've got to establish the links. So task 2, when you've completed collecting information, you're required to write a written report. Your report must contain evidence of the relevant information you collected. You have to analyse that information. You have to make valid conclusions, make recommendations, and justify recommendations which link the aspect of production to the aspect of marketing. There is a template sheet for organising your analysed information, and you are given all of term 3 to do this. You'll be able to use the computer, you'll be able to get the report in by the end of term 3. You can use a diary or any other booklet to collect your information, but don't forget you've got to have 3 different ways of collecting it. Right here you can see a planning sheet. Put your name on here. Once you've decided on your product, enter that in there. Remember, you have to choose 2 aspects of production. So maybe it is the breed selection. What breed of animal are you going to use? It doesn't have to be that. It could be the fact that you use supplementary feed in the winter. That could be an aspect of your production, and you have to link it with the aspect of marketing. So you might decide, I'm going to get that particular animal ready at this particular time of the year. Please don't choose the same product that you chose for 3.1. Make sure you have a different product, because in the examination you are required to have information on at least 2 different products. So you need to make sure that you've studied 2 different things. Information gathering techniques. Here's where you have to list the 3 methods that you're going to use. You can collect information from 4 or 5 if you like, but you have to have at least 3, so they're asking for you to list that there. Right, this is for recording your information. It is just a template. You don't have to use it. I'm quite happy if you don't use it. And then when you go through, you could use this guideline to make sure that you have linked one aspect of production. You have used a technique of gathering information, either technique 1, 2 or 3. At least 1 box needs to be ticked for each row. So you might decide you're going to find out about breed selection from a breeder, and then you'd say that's technique 1. You might decide that your management practice you're going to find out from the farmer. The aspect of marketing, you might decide that you're going to go to the beef producers board and get information from them, so you're collecting information from them, so you would tick there. Analysing the information and draw valid conclusions and justify. Obviously this is achieved merit excellence. Right, so that is the assessment. You decide what you want to do. If you want to do something instead of tomatoes, you're most welcome. That's it.